Raise your hand if you believe in God. Okay, so pretty much everyone. So why? Classic response, he saved me from a lot of pain. Now that's deep. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I believe in God, but I think that we should all ask ourselves a few questions. First off, how did God save you from pain? You know, the big question that people always ask about religion is why a God would allow so much pain in the world. Some people ignore this question and some people try to answer it. So, why would a loving God, one that tries to protect us from pain, let so many people suffer? I kind of look at this as a hierarchy of pain. First, you have the people at the top who are, rich. They're going to go through bad stuff, and it's going to be hard, but nothing as bad as starving. And, we all know starving isn't fun. Then you have the people in the middle. They're not rich, so, they can't buy the Louis Vuitton bag that they want, and they're probably not going to be able to afford healthcare if they get in a really bad car accident, but, they're also probably going to stress about their bills from time to time. This is a different level of pain that's arguably worse than what people at the top are going to go through. Then you have the people at the bottom who won't be able to pay for their meals. They're going to go starving, a lot, and they might be homeless too. A lot of other hard stuff is going to happen to them. There's people born lucky and people born unlucky. If someone is born in the 1600s versus now, we're probably going to have it a little bit better right now. Or if someone is born to a rich family versus a poor family, the rich family is going to have it a lot better. So, why are some people destined to experience more pain than another person? Why are we born with inequality? People ask God why that happens. But pain isn't just about people, it's animals too. Has anyone thought about how depressing the cycle of life is? I remember sitting in my seat in elementary school watching the teacher go on about how fish get eaten, and all I could think was how brutal it was. I mean, I didn't question why at the time, but now I'm questioning why. Imagine you're living your life as a fish, and suddenly a bear comes up to you and eats you. Or imagine that you're a rabbit, which is a little bit more sad because everyone likes rabbits, and suddenly a wolf comes up to you and eats you. Isn't that a little brutal or morbid? That's just the way that life works. Let's look at another example. Strokes. Pretend or don't pretend that you're a good and healthy person, and then you grow up, you make mistakes, but you always try to be better, and you're committed to being healthy too. Then you hit 40 years old and you get a stroke, and then you die. And that's it. Or you're 20 and you die. That's even worse, arguably. I mean, what's the reason for that? So the question comes up again. Why would God let this happen? I'm just gonna ignore the religious answers, so nothing related to Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever. So the most popular answer to this question is that God gives us free will. And by giving us free will, we have the opportunity to do whatever we want with our lives. But that also means that God can't interfere with our world because that's removing our free will. So there's a few consequences for this. That means that God-given miracles don't exist, and that praying also doesn't do much. The free will argument means that God is fully hands-off, and this goes both ways. He can't give people good things, and he can't give people bad things. If monkey has a banana, then other monkeys want a banana. If God gives a monkey a banana, then the rest of the monkeys have no bananas, and they want a banana. And that's inadvertently putting pain into the world on the other monkeys, and the other humans. It's also interfering with the world in the first place, which, I just clarified isn't really possible. So if you want to pray to God for help, it's basically useless if you believe in the free will argument. Here's another answer for why God allows pain, which is, well, we don't know. There's just no way of knowing. And that one is pretty hard to argue with because you're basically just making a claim based off of faith. And you can't really argue with faith since there's no facts behind it. The only thing I'm gonna say about this is that usually people have faith that's founded. You can have unfounded faith versus founded faith. If I marry the love of my life and I have faith that he's not gonna take all my money and do whatever he wants with it, that's founded faith because I know the guy and, I'm marrying a person that I like. If I marry a complete stranger, that faith is totally unfounded because I don't know who they are as a person. They could just take all my money and run. I think it's up for you to decide whether your faith is founded or unfounded in this. Some people say that the pain is just for a greater reason that we can't really know. Since God is all-knowing, once you die, you're gonna reach a higher plane of existence, I guess. And all the pain will be quote-unquote worth it. Again, this kinda has the same issue as the we don't know argument. This is faith, once again, and you can decide for yourself whether that's founded or unfounded. Anyways, different people have different answers to this question, and we haven't even gotten into strict religious answers, so, there's a lot to understand about this topic. But, you can figure it out yourself.